All right, welcome back. We're going to continue on talking about blocks if we get to it. But first, before we go into blocks, I want to recap again pages because really pages are the main thing that Rome is made of. Rome is really all about creating pages, and I want you to think about pages in the idea of they really are a page and they really do exist. But instead of always having to put content on those pages, which you can and you will sometimes, you also can just use those pages to basically serve as a linked reference to find all the content that references that topic, like we spoke about in the previous video covering linked references. So now that we kind of know that you can create pages kind of on the fly, let's talk about the four types of pages. Okay, so I'm just going to show them to you again visually, and they're already set up. So the first type of page name is called the brackets page. This is where you type bracket, which is kind of like opening it, and then bracket to close it. Cool thing is Rome actually will close the brackets for you. I'll show you that. The second kind of page that you can create is called attributes. What you'll find is it looks to be like it's just bold text with a colon, but it's not. If you look at the actual code or the way that it's typed out, you put the page name here, and then you put colon, or as my friend Andy says, colon. You'll see an interview with Andy in my Rome interviews, and it's a very great one where he covers a lot of stuff about how to use Rome. I think you'll really enjoy it. The third way that you can create a page is actually as a tag. So I want to kind of take 1 second to help you understand one important thing that you got to get in your mind, and that is brackets, attributes, tags, and this fourth one, which I call hashtag bracket. All four of those are actually still just creating the same type thing. They're just visually different. There is a reason when you would use one over the other, which I'll speak about here soon, but just know that at the end of the day, they're all the same. So you can create brackets, you can create the attributes, and then you can create tags. The tags are great because they're visually more like you would think of like if you're on Twitter and you want to just create some tags to link together what something could be about. So like for us, we would write something like headline, lead, story, testimonial, right? There's all these things. And when we get to the copywriting in Rome section, you'll see that I've built a lot of this stuff for you, so you can actually kind of use it as it is. And I think you'll get a good little kick out of that. So we'll go through it all. But for now, let's get back on this. And so those are tags, and again, to create those, you just put the hashtag sign, then you write whatever word you want. One thing you'll see though, if I were to space this out, so I would say like tags, notice that it didn't stick, right? Because that space breaks up the tag, so it doesn't work. Now, that's not true when I create a bracket tag. So I could do brackets of pages, and you'll see that it's fine. It still works. That page still exists. Attributes should be the same thing. I gotta fix my space. Attributes of things, colon. Yeah, and you'll see. So that still is good, but with the tags, it doesn't work. So that's why they've created this hashtag bracket. And what that does is, let's say you wanted to create a multiple word page. You can do that by using this structure. So you write your hashtag out, and then you put the brackets, and then you put the term in here, and then the brackets close down. What I want to show you though, which you'll like, is that you don't have to work that hard to do this. So Here's an example of how you could do this in real time, just to kind of show you. So let's say I was going to just type something like, I read a really good headline. So I'll start to type the word headline. And because that page already exists, there it is. I can just click on it. You'll see that all I had to type was bracket, and it went and found it for me. I read a really good, I had the word headlines. I could just make it headline. Now that page exists. I read a really good headline about, I'll do like financial, about financial pain in the markets. So now you can see I just that fast I made a brand new page called headline and a brand new page called financial pain. So if I click on headline, I can see that on November 14th I created a headline there. So this page now exists. It's called headline. It'll exist forever. And if I wanted to write some more copy in here, I could. But if I didn't want to use this page to create copy, I could just use it as a tag or a place to gather all the times I talk about that word or that phrase. So this could be a company name, could be a person. That's a great feature, is you could say, had a call with John Smith. Every time you use that name John Smith, you could go to the John Smith page and you would actually see your entire history of every interaction with John Smith as long as you tracked it. But you can see here, I'll jump back over, I'll see financial pain. So there's two different, now I'm on the financial pain page, and you can see that there's two different spots where I talk about financial pain. One of them is the pain points area here. So I can actually click on pain points and I can see that financial pain is part of my pain points category. But let's jump back, shall we, to where it all began. So again, you can use any of these pages and they're all the same. I want to show you that and what separates them. So we'll make a new page. We'll call it Mike. So there's a page there. So that's the Mike page. And then we'll make an attribute page called Mike. So we do Mike, : Then we can click off that. That exists. Now I do want to say one thing. The attribute page is neat in that it doesn't currently do a ton of stuff, but the creators of Roam have said that in the future they're going to make it a lot more feature rich. So there are people that use the attributes more than the pages. What I tend to do is I use attributes for metadata, which again is, we'll come to that section, but metadata is the information about the information. So if you ever have created an audio file or downloaded a podcast, or it'll say author, date it was published, the category, all of the info about the actual thing. That's what metadata is, and it's a great thing because you can click on it and you can see anytime you reference that particular metadata category. All right, so we've created the bracket page Mike, we've created the attribute page Mike. Now we'll create the hashtag Mike, and then we'll create the jump down and we'll create the hashtag bracket Mike. So I'm typing hashtag, and see again that I'm typing bracket, and as I do, it creates the closed for me, and I'll type Mike. All right, so watch this. We have 4 of them now, right? So I'm going to click Mike, and the page is called Mike. I'm going to go back and I'll click the attributes, same page, see, Mike. Hashtag Mike, there it is, same page. So even though these visually look, a little bit different, they're actually functionally the same thing. It comes down to what you want to use them for, and the idea being that in the future, attributes may have more features, more power, because they're talking about being able to kind of create a table to create attribute results in that table. But I do want to stress one very important thing, okay? Watch this. I'm going to create a new page. We're going to do it. I suggest you try this as well. I'm going to create it with brackets. So we'll do bracket, bracket. And I'm going to do Mike. But I spelled it with a small m. Guess what? That's a different page. Okay, so that's important. Capitalization matters. That's the key to this whole thing, is that a capital M is different than a lowercase m. So you want to make sure to be careful there. All right. And again, when would you use the hashtag bracket? That would be when you want to put spaces in it. So if I wanted to say like my full name, I would say boom, and I would say Mike Giannoulis. All right, now it'll exist as a hashtag, which gives it that visual appealing look. But what about, let's just say that I screwed up and I have this lowercase Mike, and I don't think that's good. It should have been capital Mike. Okay, well, great news. Roam makes it so easy. If I click on that page, I'm like, oh man, I wish I had named it capital Mike, and this was on here 1,000 times over that I screwed up, right? Well, all you do is just click here and just change to the M, make it capital, click off of it. Now look at this, Mike already exists, merge, yes. So I just check that, and bam, just like that, that Mike was changed, and this would be changed everywhere. So that's why you shouldn't be too concerned over just getting started, because you can always fix things. You can spell things wrong. You can have the wrong capitalization, all those kind of things. That's fine, because you can fix it anytime you want. If I go to like brackets of pages, right, I can say it's referenced one time. I really don't enjoy it. It should have been it should have been brackets and pages. Click. Fixed, done. So if I go back, it's fixed. And again, if it was referenced anywhere else, it would automatically fix it. So what I end up trying to do, and you'll see this soon when we go over blocks, which will be the next video, you'll see how important it is to use your tags properly. Because this whole copywriting structure is about being able to find things, right? So these pages and these tags and these attributes and these hashtag brackets, those are the ways that we tag and kind of save info. So think about it just like if you're on Twitter or Instagram or wherever, and you want to find a certain topic, you would look for that page name or that hashtag. That's what we're going to create by doing this. So just again, to show, back, just to show you one more time, if I was inputting research about, and let's just say that this research was about headlines, I could type with hashtag, and you can see as well as I'm typing, it's finding pages for me. So I could type with hashtags, or I could choose to create new pages. All right, so you see it's all coming in real time. Not only that, I could also create, remember this guy, hashtag bracket, right? So that's all there. And let's say that at the end I want to make sure I find this again. I can start throwing in more tags. So I could put like input research. Well, that's already there, but that's fine. Let's do research sites, and I want to do let's see what else. Typing. I want to do type. Great. So you can see that I'm putting in. I want to go do my famous Mike tag, right? So you can see now that if I were to go search for any of these phrases, or if I were to filter for any of these phrases, I could find it, right? So if I go up here and type Mike, you can see that it's going to find this page Mike, my full name Mike, and then there's all of these different sections of copy where I reference the phrase mic. So that's one way that you can do a search. We'll do a whole training on the queries, which is another way to run searches, which is quite cool. So this one's ran long, so I'm going to stop now. When we come back, we'll go over blocks and why they're so cool. All right, so I'll see you here in just 1 second.